Look, the guys are coming, basically, leading a donkey. Yes, a donkey. In short, the US vehicles...
A Russian complains that the Russian army is out of UAZs, Urals, and other vehicles, so they're forced to use a donkey as their only logistics transport.
In short, the US vehicles ran out. The Urals ran out. Transport, deliveries. Look, the guys are coming, basically, leading a donkey. Yes, a donkey. Is it a she or a he? Oh, you. Hello. Zoo?
The folk tuning of Russian domestic cars involves wrapping them in rubber-like material to shield against shrapnel. It's a response to wartime needs, but useless against drones. One hit could turn the vehicle into a blazing torch.
Не Васик. Потом он так чик. Выскочил с полей. Оп. Оп. На крючочек раз. Чтобы ее не задирала. Она тяжелая, ее не задерет. И помчала.
A Russian fiber-optic drone struck the turret roof of a Leopard 2A4 in cover. The cumulative jet hit the gunner's periscope near the Perry R-17 site. The crew emerged unscathed.
Розбила сітку, кума пропалила броню через триплекс. Так, внутри все ціле, подземельний триплекс і сітка. Ну, уборка в машині.
Russian FPV drones hit a Proliska evacuation vehicle near Zoraya, Kostiantynivka. Volunteer Yevhen Tkachev was rescuing civilians when a fragmentation drone struck. Two more drones targeted people. Tkachev and a woman were injured. She's in hospital with her husband, per Radio Svoboda.
Езжайте, блин! Езжайте!
Вот такое вот пасхальное перемирие. Христос воскрес. Главное, все живы, все здоровы. И как-то будем выбираться. Да.
Дрон возвращается! Ложись! Господи! Помилуй, Боже! Господи!
Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Putin refused to extend the Easter ceasefire. We'd be pleased if the ceasefire in Ukraine continued beyond Sunday, U.S. State Department. Do they really believe a ceasefire happened? A true ceasefire requires a clear mechanism and monitoring to ensure compliance. Victoria Coates, former Deputy National Security Advisor under Trump, hopes for a ceasefire in Ukraine. If Russia and Ukraine fail to negotiate in good faith, the U.S. may exit talks. The administration won't negotiate endlessly, she stressed.
I think, the president is voicing some very justified frustration with both parties at this point. Putin calls for a 24-hour ceasefire. Zelensky says he's violated it. I think the entire administration would like to get to a deal to end the violence, end the killing, but they're not going to do this forever. And Secretary Rubio also reiterated that this isn't just an endless negotiations that they're going to get engaged in. They want an actual deal. So it really is going to come down to the Russians and the Ukrainians, making good on that, making a good faith deal. And if not, I think the administration will walk away.
Representative Joe Wilson slams Putin's Easter truce as fake. History will remember Putin as a weak and pitiful man, a war criminal bombing playgrounds and Christian bakeries, all while pretending to seek peace. He could end this invasion today, but chooses not to. Despite Russia's announced Easter ceasefire, Zelensky reports 59 Russian shellings and 5 attacks along the front. On Easter morning, they pretend to pause the war, but keep trying to inflict harm, he said. The truce? Just for show. The Ukrainian Defense Forces struck a Russian Forpost strike and reconnaissance drone at an altitude of 4 kilometers. The commander of the 414th Separate Strike UAV Brigade, known as the Birds of Magyar, published a video of the hit. This type of drone is capable of performing strike reconnaissance missions and can also carry guided munitions. It can be equipped with KAB-20 guided bombs, whose targeting is carried out using laser guidance through the main optical electronic system. The interception of the Russian UAV took place at a relatively high altitude, as an FPV interceptor drone was involved from the Topoda PM unit, for which such an altitude is already quite significant. The exact model used for the interception is unknown, but the interceptor drone managed to catch up with and strike the Forpost drone at the altitude control, potentially destroying it. According to reports, the drone was able to glide as far as the Kursk region, where it likely crashed. The use of interceptor drones, also known as anti-aircraft drones, has become a common practice for the Ukrainian Defense Forces. Both modified FPV drones, which hunt Russian UAVs of various types, and more specialized devices are being deployed. One of these drones was spotted by the Russians when it attempted an unsuccessful interception and was captured by the camera of a Russian reconnaissance drone. The UAV was moving at high speed and had horizontal and vertical control surfaces located at the front, while the rear wings were used solely for stabilization, without the ability to control. Militarny previously reported that Ukraine had developed and successfully tested a drone-based interceptor designed to neutralize Russian Shahed attack drones. The system was trialed over the Kiev region for a month. Forpost drone is a Russian reconnaissance strike UAV, a licensed copy of the Israeli IAI Searcher Mark II, developed by Israel Aerospace Industries. Russia became interested in this UAV in 2009, when it purchased 2 Searcher 2 drones for $12 million to study them. In 2010, a contract worth $300 million was signed for assembling UAVs from Israeli components at the Kazan helicopter plant. Since 2012, the Ural Civil Aviation Plant has been producing localized systems under the name Forpost, which includes the drone and the ground control station. The UAV is equipped with electro-optical and infrared cameras, allowing it to be used around the clock. The maximum flight range is up to 250 kilometers, with a directional antenna, and the flight duration is up to 18 hours. In 2019, an upgraded version appeared, the Forpost R, with a Russian APD-85 engine. The weight of the UAV increased to 500 kilograms, and the maximum flight altitude decreased to 5 kilometers. This modification is capable of carrying small-caliber munitions, including the KAB-20, although their effectiveness is limited.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.